Hello, hello, hello. That was my voice you heard, didn't it? That takes us to the topic of today. So I want to welcome you to Me with Margaret, where we look at topics that, that engage us, that motivate us, that educate us. Today we're looking at our voices. Our voices. Who's listening to you? Who is hearing you? But even if people are hearing you, are you letting your voice be heard? So welcome once again to today's topic. Let your voice be heard. A while back, an incident happened in Nigeria that started a movement projected the movement of a group of 20 to 35-year-olds into visibility called the Sorosoke generation. Sorosoke in the Yoruba language means speak up or let your voice be heard. And that's exactly what they are doing. And it's about them no longer wanting to be oppressed by repressive authority figures. Now, I'm not saying this doesn't happen all over or other parts of the world, especially here. We have people here in the United Kingdom. We have Protestants. We have, people that are demonstrating or people that are speaking out for the common good of others. But I was so particular because of the word itself, Sorosoke, speak out. And it attracted me so much that I really had to, use it as a reference for today's topic. So that was, we had to lay that background because I found it very, very interesting, which I never heard of before. Let your voice be heard. Wow. Is my voice being heard? Is your voice being heard? The unique thing about this group, Sorosoke generation, is that they exhibit a confident outspokenness and a tendency for creative disruption. Sounds strange, doesn't it? They are willing to challenge and disrupt the status quo, to overwhelm the current state of affairs with their energy, with their passion and their organization, their digital dominance and large numbers. Now, if they are focused, they will get this done. In this day and age, regardless of our age, our generation, or whatever, if we keep quiet over issues in our homes, in our community, in our workplace, in our academics, in our environment or country, we will not be able to affect or, impact the changes that are needed. Mind you, referring to the voice doesn't just mean about the verbal aspect of uttering words or sounds through the mouth, but it is about the figurative meaning of ensuring that one's opinion, one's idea, point of view is heard, is understood, or has an impact. Having an impact on others means that we are there to influence, and this can be achieved by other ways, articulating those opinions using different platforms, such as writing, the social media platform, influencers, as actors through the social enterprises or community organizations such as Parent Skills to Go or Distinct Family Services, musicians, entertainers, in our jobs, our businesses, the political office, talk radio shows, host shows, and many other ways. But we must remember something, that there are good influencers and there are bad ones. There are bad voices and there are good ones, but we must be a good voice. What does it mean for you to have a good voice? You must acknowledge your knowledge and have deep insight about the subject you are lending your voice to. You must be confident to speak up. There's no point in you having the knowledge and keeping quiet. You must hold your ground even in the face of opposition. You may want to share your gift with the world, but you must be passionate also about it. Learn how to speak up in public or on the public platforms. And this might be hard for so many of us, but it's important to, learn how to speak to authorities without being intimidated. Use what you have as a platform and make it bigger. I've never been able to speak out, but I'm learning how to do it in different ways. So no two voices are the same. There's always a different way and a different platform to use. And in a world that needs to be represent, the freedom and the democracy of a voice, having that voice is a powerful symbol of this. Some voices are revolutionary, while some are passive or impactful in a quiet way, in a conciliatory way. Which one is yours? Your voice can achieve amazing things if you use it in the best way. You know what? In the same vein, if you do not use it, you may end up being lost in the crowd, and your valuable input could be lost, because we all have it, come to think of it. I read an article recently about being a voice to the voiceless. The challenge is that our societies are not built to listen to everyone's voice. We have people who are ignored, people that are misunderstood, people that are marginalized. These are the people we work with, and they're excluded in society, yet they need to be heard. There are people who are able to speak for those who have a voice but cannot be heard, such as the community organizations like ours, or what you call the NGOs, impact groups, lawyers, and so on. While we look forward to creating an environment where everyone can speak for themselves and be listened to through structured channels, we also need to understand that we have a responsibility to listen, to respect, and amplify, represent our children, our students, our families, our communities, our young people, the vulnerable, wherever and whenever they cannot speak up. And we have a lot of that. So let those voices be heard. As for me, I am gradually beginning to realize that my role is not only to encourage the vulnerable to speak up, but also to be able to have a voice representing the voiceless. They have a voice, but they need to have it amplified, listened to, projected. So I'm not taking away from those voices or from those people. It's about letting them be heard, encouraging them and supporting them to have those voices heard. So what are you doing? Because I'm not taking away something that was already there. It's about making sure that it's amplified, sounding bigger, better, and greater, for there to be a greater impact in our community, in our families, in the world that we live in our society. So let those voices, let your voice be heard, and let the voices of our children be heard. Let the voices of our communities be heard. Let our voices be heard. Thank you for watching me today. I look forward to speaking to you on another topic at another time. Thank you.